Hey, everybody. If you're watching this, that means that you weren't in class on Thursday, which is the 3rd of September. And so I'll give you the rundown on what we did today so that you can make up what you need to do. Okay. And so what we did today first is to kind of welcome everybody, reminded everybody that you don't have school on Monday. Monday is a national holiday. So you do have school tomorrow, which is Friday, but you don't have school on Monday. The first thing that we did is we're going to go through the pretest answers from yesterday. They actually were pretty good for the most part. And then I'm going to run you through how to do your very first assignment for American history. Okay. And so first, I'm going to go through the pretest with you. And first thing I'll tell you is I take a lot of statistics on this over the years. And I've been given the same pretest for the last 5 years, and your class actually did pretty well. You scored the second highest in the last 5 years, which is good. The only class that beat you was the current juniors, and they're history nerds, so they know their stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go through the answers with you here fast. The first one, the Declaration of Independence was written in. The answer is 1776. The second one, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, was Thomas Jefferson. I got a lot of Alexander Hamiltons. Apparently, you guys watch some Disney Plus, like the musical, little Lin-Manuel Miranda, but the answer was Thomas Jefferson. The third one, many of the colonies of America were formed so the people of Europe could find, it's the last option, economic and religious freedom. Okay. The idea that everyone has a right to equal opportunity and the government exists only with the consent of the people is a democracy. About half of you guys got that right. About half of you guys got that one wrong. Pretty common wrong answer was federalism, which isn't a terrible answer there. People who demanded an end to slavery were known as abolitionists. I got a lot of prohibitionists. Prohibitionists actually wanted to make alcohol illegal, and that was actually the case for 13 years in the United States, but the real answer is abolitionists. The next multiple choice question, the unknown and uncharted regions of the American West were known as, that's going to be frontier. You guys did pretty well on that one. I think about, 70% of people got that one right. I've got the stats sitting next to me on the table here. These amendments to the Constitution guaranteed people freedom of speech, assembly, religion, and a trial by jury. That's going to be the Bill of Rights. 96% of people got that correct. That was not your best question as a group. You did have one that everybody got right, but that one was pretty darn good. Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments. The next question, the westward movement of the American people was justified by a belief called manifest destiny. That was 60% of you guys got that one correct. That's pretty good. That's something we're going to talk about a little bit later this year. This Union victory was a major turning point of the Civil War and stopped the Confederacy from pushing into Northern territory. So that's going to be Gettysburg. Let's see. That one was pretty good. You guys got 70% of that one right. I've been to Gettysburg. It's kind of a cool place. A lot of cool statues and monuments there. In 1803, President Jefferson paid $15 million for the territory of Louisiana. It wasn't just the state of Louisiana. It was a big sweep of land. It's actually where Lewis and Clark went looking around, mapping it for people. The area that we know as America was first settled by. The answer is nomads who crossed the land bridge. That was actually one of the questions that you guys did the poorest on. Only 29% of you guys got that one right. And the last multiple choice question. The North probably won the Civil War because of, it's actually all the above. They had more factories, a larger population, and a better transportation system. All right, not bad in the multiple choice. The average was pretty good compared to the last few years. So there you go. All right, the short answers. The first president of the United States of America was George Washington. I got a couple of Abraham Lincolns. I got a JFK. I got a Barack Obama. And at least one person said, your mom. Okay, my mom is pretty old, but she's not that old. So there you go. Good joke, though. It was funny. I liked it. If it's 9 a.m. in Wisconsin, what time is it in New York City? Okay, now time zones are maybe something you haven't ever done before. Maybe this doesn't matter as much anymore with Netflix and things and not watching shows on TV channels. But if it is 9 in Wisconsin, it is 10 a.m. in New York City. Name the three branches of the U.S. government. You have, first of all, the legislative branch. That's the House of Representatives and the Senate. Second, the judicial branch. Get over here. That is the Supreme Court and all the federal judges. And three, you have the executive branch, which is like the president, the vice president, and all of their bureaucracy. What major problem do the American colonies have with British rule? Taxation without representation. You guys killed it on that one. 75% of you guys got it right. The annexation of this state caused a war with Mexico. So I'm going to give you an important testing point here. If you don't know what the word annexation means, ask. I will tell you. Annexation means to add territory. And so the territory that we added after a war with Mexico was Texas. If you're facing south, so that way, what direction is to your right or that way? Okay, in my case. So if I'm facing south, the direction that is to my right is west. West. Sorry, I had to think about that one because I outthought myself with all the pointing. Which your rights are protected by the First Amendment. That's going to be freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to assemble, but most people just put freedom of speech. So thumbs up to you guys. You did a good job on that one. These next two are rough. What imaginary line is found at 0 degrees latitude? That's going to be the equator. That's the one that goes around the middle. Okay, it's 0 degrees latitude. The next question asks what the line is at 0 degrees longitude. So that's this way. And that's going to be the prime meridian. Okay, the next two sections were geography. I'm going to tell you that they weren't great, but they were better than last year. Honestly, the continents and the oceans are considered by most schools to be a 3rd or 4th grade skill. It doesn't always go as sweetly, and I'm not sure why. There are 5 oceans. The average one of you guys knew 2.5. There are 7 continents. The average one of you guys knew about 3. So I'll go through the answers with you guys. According to this map that we're looking at right here, ocean number 1 is the Pacific Ocean. Ocean number 2 is the Atlantic Ocean. Ocean number 3 is the Indian Ocean. And then the 2 that you guys really struggled with, ocean number 4 is the Arctic Ocean. And ocean number 5, which didn't used to be an ocean when I was a kid, is either the Southern Ocean or the Antarctic Ocean. Either one of those answers would have been acceptable. Okay. And now fast streaming down to the continents. The continents were they were decent. You guys did okay, but I would hope for better. Number 1 is Asia. Number 2 is Africa. Now I'm going to have a moment of celebration here. This is the first time any group of people have 100% got something right. You all knew that that was Africa, and actually you all spelled it right too, which is pretty crazy. Number 3 is Europe. Number 4 is Australia. Number 5 is North America. That is where you live. Unfortunately, some people thought that was the continent of China. Somebody thought that was Russia, and someone said it was the continent of Canada. You're in North America. North America is number 5. Number 6 then is South America. And last but not least, number 7 is Antarctica. So there is the answers to the pretest. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump you guys to the first assignment. I'm just going to cast this from the 4th hour group stuff. And what I did, and I don't know if this looks different for you guys, it probably does, is that it says Christy posted a new assignment, reconstruction introduction. If I click on that, oops, we're going to go to the instructions. So you don't have to see everybody's name in the 4th hour. This tells you a lot of stuff. It tells you what the name of the assignment is, when it's due, what it's worth, some stuff about the assignment. So really quickly, this assignment is called Reconstruction Introduction. It's worth 4 points in all the rubrics, and it is due tomorrow, which is going to be Friday the 4th. Now, in order for it to be done on time, I need to have it turned in by midnight tomorrow night, Friday the 4th, okay? So please make sure you get that in and done. Now, the directions. This is going to be our first official assignment that's going to go into the grade book. So this is the first piece of your grade. Read over the page linked in the directions, which I'll show you in a second, and answer each question in thoughtful and complete sentences. Yes, you do need to write full and complete sentences. Do your best with punctuation and capitalization. It is being graded, so write good sentences. You're going to get a lot better at this as the year goes on. You're going to write solid paragraphs, and we're going to work on writing a good essay. This assignment will be graded using the content standard, the communication standard, and the analysis standard. So we're going to grade all 3 rubrics here. This assignment we do Friday at midnight, like I said. Now, if you click on that link that's right here, it's going to take you to an assignment that looks like this. Now, first, the first unit is going to be about Reconstruction in the American South, so what happens in the South after the Civil War. And it says, as an introduction to this unit, use the following page. And you're going to click on that link, and it's going to take you to a page in an online textbook. That is the only page you need. Do not go back or forward. You don't need to worry about that. You're going to use that page and that page only to answer the following questions. It says, I've provided sentence stems for you for this first assignment that you can use to start your work. I believe that answers should be written with full sentences. I also believe that you should restate the question at the beginning of your answer. You're not going to start your answers with pronouns like I or he or they or we or she or them. Instead, you're going to restate the question. So for instance, for the first one, the first question says, and I'll enlarge this so you can see it better. what were two of the major questions that needed to be answered during Reconstruction? So if you read through the first paragraph or so of that page at ushistory.org, it is going to give you multiple options. But when you find them, you're going to use my sentence starter, where I restated the question and I said two major questions that needed to be answered during Reconstruction were, and then you're going to finish my sentence and then end with punctuation. Make sure that your part of the sentence is written well, because I know mine is. Then I've got question number 2, 3, and 4. Short and simple today, just a 4-question assignment. Again, due by midnight. If you have questions, chat me. I'm here to help. I'm going to post this video in first and second hour here pretty soon, fourth hour after lunch. Don't forget the assignment is going to be below it in the stream, so make sure that you get that done. And if you have questions, ask. It was nice to spend a little bit of time with you today, even if I couldn't see you. I hope I get to see you tomorrow. Have a nice day.